It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watch, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
And I'm Neil.
Last night we watched episode 7 of The Bachelor season 19. The show aired on Sunday, February 15th, 2015. Here's what we thought about it.
Kelsey is the gift that keeps on giving.
Right? It never stops.
Especially when there are all these unanswered questions that just beg to be answered.
Okay, such as?
Well, such as. I was talking with Isabel shortly afterwards.
Okay.
And she informed me that the Chris Tells All episode was actually shot a month ago, right after the actual show went on the air.
Okay.
So she didn't have an opportunity at that time to see what we all saw.
Kelsey didn't.
She was going off what she remembered happening.
Yeah, because from her perspective, she pulled one over on all of us.
Exactly.
Right? She thought, oh, what are you talking about? I'm being so genuine and bereft. Like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to mention the obituary
that
she wrote for her husband.
Oh, she wrote the obituary for her husband.
Well, that's the way it's looking. It was published in Tulsa World, which is an Oklahoma-based newspaper.
Okay.
I've read many obituaries in my day.
Okay.
I haven't read that many that gave me the feeling that the decedent was merely the supporting cast to the real star in the family, namely his or her spouse.
Stop it. Are you kidding me?
Out of the 6 paragraphs that comprised his obituary, Kelsey is mentioned by name in 5 of them.
Stop it. Okay.
I swear to George.
The obituary is about the guy. Her husband. Her dear departed husband.
Her academic accomplishment, namely the master's degree from the University of Texas in Austin,
is mentioned. Stop it.
Before her husband's academic accomplishment.
Come on. All right, you have to email me this because that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see it for myself.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sanderson Poe obituary. Google it.
Okay.
See for yourself.
Oh, my gosh.
In addition, I got a timeline for you to ponder.
Okay.
According to a graphic on Kelsey's Facebook page, Sanderson passed away on May 3rd, 2013.
Okay.
Kelsey's graduation date was Saturday, May 18th, 2013.
What?
Yeah. 15 days prior to her graduation, he passed away.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
It is awful. The obituary itself was published in Tulsa World on Thursday, May 23rd, 2013.
Okay.
5 days after the graduation date. The service was held at 10 a.m. on Friday, May 24th, 2013.
Okay.
The obituary was published on Thursday. The service was the following morning on a Friday.
So how does that usually go?
Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, because I've only been involved in one of these, so.
My most recent experience with memorial services was one of our history teachers from our high school.
Yeah.
Around the same time. That obituary was published 1 week before, and it ran for 4 days before the service.
So is it sort of this thing where it kind of notifies the public and then they kind of get the service information and all of that?
If there's anybody that's interested in going, they have the ability to go. If hopefully word of mouth will get around and people will show.
Yeah.
Fortunately, a mother of a friend of ours told me about the service. I attended because I had time.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't have to take any time off work because the service was on a Saturday, not a Friday.
Yeah.
This obituary was published in a Tulsa newspaper the day before the service was to be held in Oklahoma City, which was over 100 miles away.
So that makes no sense. Nobody had a chance to figure it out or make plans or go or...
Hey, I'm just reading what I'm reading.
Wow.
There's also the question of what she actually does. She says that she's a mental health professional.
Yes.
At least that's what she calls herself.
Yes.
The lower third, according to the Bachelor, when she was being introduced, it said that she was a guidance counselor.
Okay, so she works at a school?
Premier High School in Austin. I am the research king. And I spent a good portion of my day today just checking this stuff out. I mean, it wasn't a long time.
You had some time on your hands today, or what?
I had a little time on my hands, in between editing episodes and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Let me read to you her Facebook bio.
Oh, Lord. Okay, go ahead.
By day, a school counselor. By night, an advocating blogger, Kelsey Poe creates a paradoxical world by expanding her horizons. Kelsey's personal story is as dynamic as her personality. Having lost her spouse at age 27, Kelsey pursues a platform to promote advocacy for the bereaved. She pushes the life agenda. Every day should be about challenging oneself to become better, connecting with other people, and saying yes to adventure. Her next journey is appearing on a network television program to try her hand at finding love again. She practices yoga in the morning, shoots at the gun range in the afternoon, and during the time in between, you'll hear the click of her 4-inch heels down the halls of the School of Life.
Wow. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean, how many times have you heard that?
We also find out that Kelsey is in the midst of a career change. She's heading to Paris to become a writer.
Really? So that she can use all of those big words and
all
impress,
those big words that ameliorate,
continue to press all of us
exactly
from another country.
Right?
Wow.
She held a viewing party for her last episode in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she told those attending, "I'm blessed with the ability to express myself and use my words. I noticed my blog was starting to have an impact, but if you're going to be a writer, you might as well be a writer in Paris." So I just want to send a little shout out to Kelsey. We at Did You Watch It just want to say good luck to you, Kelsey.
Au revoir.
Yeah, Paris's game is our game too. I just wanted to share that with you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you did. I don't really know what to say about it other than wow.
I think it's all been said. You can't improve on that.
She's a legend in her own mind.
She Very good.
Don't you
Very
think
good.
so? I mean,
yes.
That just says it all. This woman, what in the world?
Au revoir, Kelsey.
Yes, au revoir.
Bonne chance. Later. Auf Wiedersehen. So now let's get back to the case at hand. Megan. No surprise.
No surprise.
The only surprise was that it didn't happen during a rose ceremony. She kind of fell on her own sword.
Right.
And
yeah.
we were happy to watch.
I mean, I was relieved for her.
Yeah.
Because I think,
she
was basically looking to be let go, right?
Yeah,
and
I know.
even having the conversation with him.
Yeah. It's like, I'm out.
Let me save you the trouble.
Thank you, Megan, for being so expedient.
Yes, I agree.
And I hope your international travels take you to Idaho. Farmer said, no, it's just been too crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to forego the rose ceremony for now, which is good because I really couldn't pick who was the next one based on the information I had at the time.
With what we had at that point in the show, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Let's just move on.
The group travels to Des Moines, Iowa. One thing I noticed, they have yet to leave the country.
Well, in this particular section, I mean, they've been overseas. Didn't they go? Wait a minute.
They haven't left the country, except for Santa Fe, right, Megan? No, they haven't left the country yet.
Wait a minute. Am I getting my seasons confused?
Their first trip was Santa Fe. And then from Santa Fe, they went to South Dakota. And then from South Dakota,
wow,
they went to Iowa.
Okay, maybe Chris doesn't have his passport.
Somebody doesn't have their passport. I don't know who.
Maybe. I don't know. That's just weird. They've never done that before.
In the Heifer Breakdown.
Okay, where's their movement?
Well, the Fab Five are still alive.
Of course they are.
Becca, Whitney, Caitlin, Carly, and Jade. And Britt is the last remaining girl. Once we get rid of Britt, we can safely retire the Heifer Breakdown since no heifers will be remaining.
Nice.
So
I look forward to that.
they get to Des Moines, and Jade has the first one-on-one. And the card says, "Join me in my hometown."
I was thinking, okay, they're in Des Moines. Is he going to take all of them there? That was my first thought. Is that going to be the group date, or, is he going to break it down each date that he goes on? He's going to take them to Arlington and kind of see how they react to it.
Let's put this in logistical perspective. It's 166 miles from Des Moines to Arlington, according to Google.
You research king, you.
Le roi de research. So
I'm going to get you a crown for your birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jade is the first to have a second one-on-one date, but this is the first one where Chris was actually doing the picking. Because first time it was the sisters. And of course, Britt had to be the first to serve up the haterade nice and cold.
Oh my gosh. She was nuts over this.
I'm very, very happy for you, but I'm also very jealous.
Exactly.
The sound of Britt's voice grated on me this entire episode.
Everything about her, the stuff she was saying.
Just hearing her.
The way she was saying it. Just her kind of like, oh my gosh, kind of, personality. It used to be cute and I used to find it endearing, and now I just find it totally irritating.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how that free hugs project on South Lake was working for you.
My muse let me down.
Yeah.
I'm rethinking the whole thing. I still could use a hug.
Jade, shaky.
It was really hard for her to hide her reaction.
To a large extent, I understand, because she left a small town. She's living in Los Angeles now.
Trying to make a name for herself.
And her cosmetics business, and is now looking at the prospect of moving to an even smaller town than Geary.
Yeah. I mean, when he was showing her around and going through all the places that had closed and why they had closed and all the things they used to do at those places, I was looking at the look on her face. She just looked...
There's a hell of a lot of used to in this town.
It was kind of sad, just from the perspective of everything shutting down and...
I agree.
People being replaced by machinery or
technology or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a sad situation, and what can you do?
Yeah.
Farmer and Jade go to a football game at his old high school, which was awfully darling.
It was super cute.
She got the opportunity to meet some of his family, including mom and dad. I had to laugh when Jade was telling the other women and Britt about her date in Arlington. And Jade talked about standing in the middle of the football field and the crowd is chanting, "Kiss Chris, kiss
I know.
Chris." Right? Britt starts crying and Carly's doing some serious shade, man.
Carly was cracking me up.
I love Carly. Oh my God. She is my girl.
Right? When she was doing her little narrative, when she's like, yeah, how does it feel?
Yeah.
I love her honesty, and I love the fact that she's just so animated when she talks about it. Her eyes get like big as saucers, and she's just like, really?
She got a black belt in snark.
Yes.
I love that. So then the second one-on-one date was Whitney.
Yes.
And the card said, let's look for love in Des Moines. Because apparently Arlington has a maximum capacity. I don't know.
You can't take them both, I guess.
It's like, because we ain't got that kind of time. See, we're only here for a week.
Yeah, blew my theory right out of the water.
And it's like travel time. That's like, that's the whole damn day.
I loved this date with Whitney.
This was a very good date.
I loved it.
I like this date. One of my big complaints about The Bachelor is that they have these dates that historically have been unapproachable.
Yes.
This one was so simple.
Very down to earth.
It was very effective. You and I could do this.
Yes. I love the fact that we got to see more of Chris and Whitney and how they would be as a couple. They actually talk about things. They're doing stuff together, and you can see that connection is getting stronger and their relationship is getting deeper. Like, I'm not so sure I see that with the other girls.
I'm starting to see a lot with Whitney that I did not see before.
Yeah. I like her.
I like her too. When she got introduced to the friends and, it says, yeah, these are my 3 best friends. Shut up! It's just, it's like, we really got to work on that, Whitney.
I loved it though. She was so great.
It was honest. It was sincere. It was good. They were at the restaurant. The friends were asking the hard questions.
She totally hung with it, man.
Yeah, I liked the answers that she gave, and there was a very good vibe. The story about her family touched me.
Yes.
Because I know where she's coming from. Both of my parents are gone as well.
Yeah.
I can relate on many levels to what she was talking about. And the mural was a nice touch.
Oh my gosh. That would have blown my mind, and her reaction was classic. I loved it.
There you go.
You know
and
what
she
I
didn't
mean?
even shriek.
She was so touched by it, and I love that she could show him that, and he got to see that genuine side of her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She just strikes me as a really genuine girl. I know I gave her a hard time over the wedding date, but now that I'm seeing more of her...
But, for the hard time that we gave her, we didn't really give it to her. It was more the setup and the manufactured nature of the date, which is completely out of her control.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal. Carly made some big-ass woman points.
She sure did.
By rallying the troops and saying, I need to check this shit out for myself.
Oh my gosh. It was hilarious.
So they hop in the car and they drive to Arlington.
This took some guts for all of them to say, yeah, let's do it. And just go.
Well, honey, the camera was there, so it didn't take that much guts. They get to the sign that says, welcome to Arlington.
Yes.
And they say, okay, so is this the main road? Is it? And then Kayla said, dude, wait, that's it. We're in and out of Arlington in 20 seconds. And they get out of the car, they're walking around the town, everything is closed. Even the church is closed.
Yes. And I loved all the scenes of them going up and trying the doors.
Yeah. Carly looks inside the church and she says, oh my God, I recognize that picture of Jesus.
Yes.
That's the exact same picture in the exact same frame that's at my grandparents' house.
Exactly. It's a sign.
This is where I need to be.
Wow.
It's like, you go, girl. Get off that cruise ship.
I love Carly.
So the group date was Britt, Carly, and Caitlin. And the card says, I see our future together. with an interesting spelling of icy.
Yes.
So basically they're playing hockey.
Yes.
At the ice rink.
And Britt shows up in a midriff.
Was she in a midriff? Once again, I don't look that close.
It's
to Britt
really,
for
girl,
any
put
reason.
some clothes on.
Now you know how I feel about Britt. I'm not even noticing what she's wearing or what she's not wearing. I don't care. So Britt takes Farmer outside to tell him about the road trip and how she loved Arlington, which she actually didn't.
She needed an Oscar for that performance, let me tell you.
The on-ice interview between Caitlin and Carly, crack up.
Yes. And I love the way they kept going back and forth between Carly and Caitlin talking about the stuff that they knew that Britt was going to say, and then whoosh, they cut to Britt, and she's saying exactly that thing, which cracked me up.
Carly got some time with him and basically told him about what Britt had said.
Yeah, and I'm so glad she did.
I can't live here. I just can't see myself here.
I'm glad she did.
Later, the after-ice party, Caitlin got the rose, and Britt got the stink face and the subsequent meltdown.
Oh my gosh.
Carly was in heaven.
She
said,
was.
I couldn't have planned it better.
Watching her face, she's like, oh God, is this really happening? You've answered my prayers.
She said it sucked for her not to get a rose that night, but because Farmer saw the real Britt, that was far more important than her getting a rose.
Which is another reason why we love Carly.
I believe the best thing for Carly is to use this show as a jumping off point to find someone in the real world.
Yeah.
Because she's ready.
I was glad he gave the rose to Caitlin because of the conversation that they had and just that being his gesture to her to say, you know what? You've got nothing to worry about.
I'm still questioning Caitlin's resolve for the rural existence.
Yeah.
But better her than Britt.
Oh my gosh. And Britt, man, it just started to unravel, and it kind of went from there. And she just kept talking and kept having attitude and more attitude. And Chris is like, I'm not sure I understand the position you're trying to put me in right now.
Oh, did you notice?
Oh.
After Britt gave him some attitude, Farmer finally put a sentence together.
Hey, give him a break.
He started out with the, well, I do, because
he was so shocked because she had never acted like that before in front of him.
I know that.
So it was sheer, I don't know what's happening right now.
And it's like he finally figured out, Carly was right. Okay, hey, it's tough for me too. I made the best decision that I could for tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to make another one tomorrow, so I guess I'll see y'all heifers tomorrow. Peace. Farmer out.
That's our time for today. You can follow us on Twitter at @DidTheLetterU_Watch_It. You can also find us at iTunes. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening.